It's happening, guys. So, match preview Arsenal versus Manchester United at the Emirates this time, right? Now, we've got amends to make. This is the only team to beat us in the league so far this season, right? And I personally feel like they might have our number. So, let's get into all that. Let's talk about this. Sick of them sweatsuits and them corny hats. Let's talk about it. So we have Manchester United, who recently at the Emirates, they haven't had a good record. The last time Man U actually won at the Emirates in the league, I went to that game, and that was when De Gea had 11 arms. And we were all over him, but they beat us 3-1, right? Now, this is the interesting thing about this fixture, especially at the Emirates. When Man U tend to have all the ball and play better than us, we tend to beat them. We tend to beat Man U when they have all the ball and they're doing better than us. We tend to get beat by Man U when we have all the ball and we look like we should put 10 goals past them. You know what I mean? That game in 2017 that I went to when we lost 3-1, we were all over him all game. De Gea was just, he had 11 arms. I don't know what was going on with him that day. But Man U won 3-1. That was never a 3-1 loss, that game. It was never a 3-1 loss. You know what I mean? So, otherwise, since then, we have been beating them at the Emirates. I think we drew one of the 2020 season when we beat them at Old Trafford. We drew at Emirates because we didn't do a double over them that season. I wouldn't put it past United to do a double over us. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't put it past them. But as the fixture's getting closer, I'm more believing that it'll be a boring draw. A draw that's like, because let's face it, Manchester City play tomorrow before us. Am I thinking right? Which will make it 2 points because they're not going to lose to Wolves. It's not going to happen. No way Jose Enrique and Man City losing to Wolves. You know what I mean? Despite how Man City be malfunctioning, they will not lose that game. So it'll be within 2 points. I really wouldn't put it past a draw. Because when I say I think United have our number this season, that just means that we won't beat them this season. You know what I mean? Don't necessarily mean we'll lose both games. Because, you could draw a game and it's like, well, we still could take them down. I really wouldn't put it past a draw. Not what we want, but it would be that 3 point difference. It's the Everton game I'm looking at. I see Everton at Goodison Park more of a threat than this game, personally. Right? I'm more worried about that one than this one. I was more worried about this game than the Spurs game. I knew we were going to beat Spurs. You know what I mean? I knew that we had to. It was one of them things. It was, you know what I mean? Spurs were there for the taking. This game, I think some people might say, there's no Casemiro, but Man United didn't need him when they beat us 3-1 at Old Trafford. So I don't want to hear, if we were to beat Man U, I don't want to hear no excuse about, Casemiro wasn't there. I don't want to hear none of that. But it might just be one of the fixtures where Man U know exactly what we're gonna try and do, and we just won't be able to break them down. A bit like Newcastle, really. You know what I mean? The Newcastle's the only team we failed to score against, actually, this season. So in terms of breaking teams down, we know how to do it. It's just there's only one game where we lost. You know what I mean? And it was a game I knew we wasn't going to win. But it didn't change anything. And I think if we were to lose against Man U tomorrow, I don't think it will really change anything. I think that game at Goodison Park, that's going to be the one that's going to be a test, because what will happen is Everton will lose. I think they're playing today. They'll lose today. Lampard will get the sack. They'll bring a new manager in, and then the Arsenal game will be the perfect head start for Everton, perfect kick start for Everton. And then they'll play like Barcelona. That's what I predict will happen. And then it's going to be hard for us to try and break them down. And then Everton will just go back to being the regular self for the rest of the season, almost. You know what I mean? That's personally what I think will happen. This game, obviously, we have to take it a game at a time. So tomorrow, Trossard he'll be able to play tomorrow. So I'm assuming he'll be on the bench. He won't start tomorrow. So he'll be on the bench. Hoping everything goes well, aka we'll win in a winning position. Bring him on, and he can add to it. But yeah, if I was to go for a score prediction, I'm going to predict a draw. I'm going to predict like a 1-1 draw, and I think if we draw this game by a score draw, it will be we have to equalise. Man U will score first, we'll equalise. That's personally what I think. If we were to lose this game, maybe 2-1, or 2 or 3-1, because I just would not put it past United. You know, when Leicester won the league, we did the double over them. We beat them 5-2 at their place and 2-1 at Emirates. But it didn't change them. It's just that we had their number. They only lost to us twice in Liverpool that season. So I'm looking at the United one, and I just really wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them at all. You know what I mean? Now, if we were to win this game, I'm going to assume that we'd be on top of our game. If someone says Arsenal will win this game, I will say either 2-0 or 2-1. Maybe even 3-1. If we were to lose this game, it'll be like a 2-1 or 3-1. I don't think it'll be like a 2-0. I don't think Man U will beat us at Emirates and keep a clean sheet. In fact, when's the last time they did that? Have they ever done that? Oh, I'm gonna have to bring up the fixture, the stats. I don't think Man U. I can't remember the last time Man U beat us at Emirates and kept a clean sheet. I really can't. I think we've always scored. I'll bring it up anyway. And if it's gonna be a draw, it'll be like a 1-1 draw or something like that. I don't think it'll be a 0-0 draw, but I think it'll be a draw where we have to equalise. But I can see a bit of a hiccup in this fixture in our season. And in the Everton one, I can see this and Everton game being like a hiccup. But then we might go back to winning ways a little bit afterwards, at least until the cup competitions come round. And that's not me trying to be negative. I'm just being realistic because I know Arsenal. You know what I mean? Arsenal took us by surprise this season, but you know what I mean? We're just about halfway through the season for us. And Man City will close the gap to 2 points. Which, from 8, you see how it can change so quickly? From 8 to 2. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyways, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about this. What do you predict for the scoreline? Hopefully, we pull 5 points clear again tomorrow, because Man City will not drop points against Wolves. But if they did drop points against Wolves, that would make this game even bigger. It will make it ginormous. Anyways, over and out. I'll see you guys for the match reaction. In fact, I'm going to check what's going on with this transfer of the Jakub Kivois, I think his name is, and hopefully we'll after the French defender Eduardo Summit. He played in the World Cup, and I thought he was quite good, to be fair. If we can get him in, I'd be happy if we get him in. We're looking at getting him on loan from Real Madrid because he's not getting enough minutes. If we can get him in, I mean, I'm looking at the title now and I'm thinking, well, why not? Why not? You know what I mean? Anyways, catch you man in a bit. Peace.